Back in 1999, I was working 60 hours a week. Jenny was working 3 different jobs. I was making $36,500 per year of annual income, and Jenny was like making $1,000 a month in 3 jobs. Now, 7 years later, I make more per month, $36,500 per month. I make more per month than I used to make in an entire year before AdvoCare.
We were just like everybody else. We had what we were doing. There are parts of our life that we did enjoy. I liked teaching aerobics. I did like being active. I don't want to sit around on the couch all day. That's not freedom to me. So I did like being active. I did like teaching fitness. I did like being a dietitian because I like nutrition. However, Bob and I had zero room for freedom. And what I mean by that is, next week, can you get on an airplane, take your kids to Disneyland, or take them to, Disney World, maybe up and go to Mexico for a week? Can you do that? Well, you know what? We couldn't. We had people, lots of people we were accountable to. If I wanted to miss a fitness class, I had to get a sub. If I wanted to get out of work, I had to do, trade shifts with somebody. If I was doing a nutrition consultation, I had to, shuffle that around. There's just so much around that. Plus, we couldn't afford it to go, and we couldn't afford not to get paid while we were gone. And so I think that becomes the debate within our minds is, how can I carry the parts of my life that I like, but leave the parts of it that I don't like behind? And that's truly what happened in AdvoCare. Is I got to pick up the fact that I love to teach, fitness classes. I got to do that in my little mini gym in my garage. And you know what? When we took a week off, well, we took several vacations, but when we went to Bahamas, it was calling, a couple people in there and saying, hey, we're not going to work out next week, but I'll see you in a week. And they're like, okay. It's just freedom. That's freedom to me. Not having anybody accountable except to myself. But with that comes a lot of responsibility. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people want this life and they want to be in the position we're in. But I would have to say this: where much is given, much is required. And so what we've had to do is stay really focused on freedom and keeping ourselves in a position where we say, you know what, we're going to go on a week's vacation, but when we are here and we're working AdvoCare, we do it with all our heart. This is part-time, but it's not part-heart. And we're accountable to helping people in AdvoCare, and then we take freedom vacations, and we go places, and we do things, and we take days off because we can. And we're our own boss. But we do self-employ ourselves. We have to bring that discipline to the table. There's an extra amount of discipline that comes when you don't have a boss. But you know what? It was a lot harder for me to be away from him all day and never see him. And it was a lot harder for me to wake up at 4 a.m, get home at 7:30 at night, not have any money, wonder if the checks were going to bounce, wondering how in the world are we going to have retirement. That is what I consider hard. AdvoCare to me is easy compared to that life. Mm-hmm. And so if I have to, grow up a little bit, bring some discipline to the table, so what? Because I have so much freedom. We make an average of $40,000 a month right now. I mean, who wouldn't?
The number one intention that you have in this business is to help the people you love and care about.
Yeah.
And when you have that kind of a business model, when your number one goal is to impact other people's lives, that's exactly what AdvoCare stands for. That's exactly what this company stands for. The goal is to impact other people's lives with the best solid nutrition and the best financial opportunity someone can get into.